Hi everyone, welcome to LAX 2049 Group Discussion 5. Today we'll be discussing our last section which is economic. Before that, we will introduce ourselves first. My name is Nona Nadira Shaifullizan. My matrix number is 201098.
Hi, my name is Aisha Alina. My matric number is 20106J.
Hi, my name is Shaiji and my matrix number is 197849.
Hi, my name is Jin Pinje and my matrix number is 196425.
Hi, my name is Naseem and my matric number is 195282.
Hi, my name is Lian and my matrix number is 198289.
Hello everyone, my name is Tan Sin Leng and my matric number is 195997.
Hi everyone, my name is Yao Xiaoqing. My matrix number is 196623.
Let me start share my views. The economy news that I found is retrieved from the Straits Times. Its title is Malaysia's travel agency turn to selling fruit, food, and even land as borders stay shut, which is published by Hazlin Hassan on 14th of March 2021. The Malaysia's travel agencies, which hit hard by the collapse of the tourism industry due to the COVID-19 pandemic, are turning from selling ski and safari tours and packages to popular destinations like Paris to trading in fruit and other consumer products online to solve their cash flow problems. For example, Apple Vacations offered holidaymakers a wide range of travel packages around the world, from ski trips in South Korea to safaris in Kenya before the pandemic struck. But after Malaysia closed its borders in March last year and instituted a ban on leisure travel, it has been forced to suspend its 200 tour packages and find new ways to sustain its business. To heal the wound, the Apple Vacations started selling premium fruit from Japan, Korea, and Australia, gifts and tidbits from Japan, and Japanese Wagyu beef and dry scallops. So I will pick this news because I hope this news can help to encourage people to not to give up easily when dealing some challenges or problems. That's all my sharing. Thank you.
Alright, thank you for sharing. Now I would like to share a local economic news that I got from the Malaysian reverse, and the title of the news is Only 7% industry adopt circular economy practice. Basically, in this news, what the content highlighted is that sustainability practices do not go far enough in Malaysia, where most businesses continue to operate in a traditional way. 80% are planning to shift towards CE, while only 10% are trying to learn more before implementing, and 3% of the respondents are not considering circular economy practices at all. The reason that I choose this news is because I think the circular economy practice should be spread around to encourage more businesses adopt this practice, as it has a positive effect on the planet's ecosystem, and to find the excessive exploitation of the natural resources. And this CE practices has the potential to reduce greenhouse gas emission and the use of raw materials, optimize the agricultural productivity, and decrease the negative externality brought by the linear model. When it comes to reducing the greenhouse gases, a circular economy can be helpful, and this action can help preserving nature and save the earth.
Thank you, Kim Jae. The economic news that I have chosen is an international news written by Brenda Molina, published on 18th of March 2021. The title of article is Job Losses Loom in Kenya's Tea Industry as Workers Compete with Machines. It is retrieved from VOA News. The article is about the world's third largest tea farming industry in Kenya is is facing job losses after a court ruled in January against the attempt to ban tea leaf harvesting machines. As a result, the workers fear the machines will take over their jobs, while tea farm owners say mechanization will make the industry more productive. In fact, before the introduction of machines, they used to have 50,000 employees, but now it's just around 5,000 to 7,000. I will suggest to include this article as I think that it's important to bring up this issue. With the advance of technology, mechanization is not restricted to Kenya, and it also not only happen in tea farming industry. We can't deny that mechanization improves productivity, but at the same time, it leads to mass unemployment. This situation shouldn't be ignored or it will affect the whole economy. That's all from me.
All right, thank you, Xiaoqing. Now I would like to share the economic news of I found on the Learning English. This is what happens when women run the economy. So this is a news about the economy development when women hold the top position. For example, many of President Joe Biden's economic advisors are women. Biden has introduced a new $2.3 trillion spending plan. It includes $400 billion to finance the care economy, which supports home and community-based jobs, taking care of children and older people. This part of the economy involves work usually done by women and has largely been ignored for many years. Over the past 50 years, many women have been presidents or prime ministers of their countries. They have been making powerful decisions about the economy. IMF and World Trade Organization are also led by women. IMF research shows that having women in charge often helps to keep the financial organization out of crisis. Bringing women back to work would increase the GDP in many nations by up to 27%. So this news has demonstrated how important women are to the economic growth of the nation. Workplace diversity is very important and organizations should employ more women. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Yiqing. So now I would like to share about my news. It's about graduates with jobs should be grateful even if the salary is low, as many are still jobless. So in this news, it talks about how we should be grateful even with low salary, because in this trying time, the job market is very weak and many people are not able to get a job. And it also says that like the minimum salary is now at 1,200. And so the government cannot force to set high salaries because the salary set is based on the market. And then so I think like this news should be published in our news publication because it helps us realize like we should be grateful that we have jobs in this even like during the pandemic. And also it says like in the article it says graduates are too choosy with the location of their jobs, and also they have low people skills. So maybe if we are more grateful, and then we won't expect too much from companies, and also try and understand their situation in this few years during the pandemic.
Okay, now I'm going to present about my news article taken by The Star. The title is World Bank Malaysia GDP to Recover in 2021 on Effective Vaccine Deployment. Malaysia's economy is expected to return to positive growth this year, along with other economies globally on the sustained progress in the vaccine rollouts that will boost consumption worldwide. Lead economist Richard Rickert said that the group expects the vaccine deployment can be mostly completed in 2021 in most economies, leading to strong recovery and demand as well as boosting trade and commodity prices. It is said that they are projecting a global growth of 4% this year. As Malaysia, they project economic growth this year to range between 5.6 and 6.7%. However, it was cautioned that the downside risk to growth is the slow progress of the vaccine deployment and near containment that could lead to another movement control order. It was noted that the central bank would use tactical and strategic moves to maintain structural stability in the local currency. Malaysia is expected to follow the China's dual circulation economy strategy to support local businesses and to encourage aggregated demand at the macro level. Meanwhile, Datuk Sri Dr. Muhammad Uzim Mahidin, the chief statistician, said that the Malaysian Economic Outlook 2021 forecast that the country external trade to grow by 3.9%, with the export of goods expected to increase by 2.7% as a result of the recovery in global trade and supply chains, while imports are expected to rise by 5.3%, contributed by improvement in all types of export. Inflation is likely to make a comeback in 2021 after a deflationary trend this year as the COVID-19 pandemic suppressed demand for goods and services. That's all for me. Thank you.
So this is my article titled Global Oil Demand Will Not Return to the Pre-Pandemic Levels Till 2022 by Invest. So basically this article is about the situation occurred in oil and gas industry during the COVID-19 pandemic. As we all know that most of the international flights are shut down. Since then, the global oil demand is decreasing. It is being stated that global oil demand dropped by 20 million barrels per day. But now China is the one of the earliest country to be recovered since their domestic flight is increasing nowadays. So, conclusion for this article is that most of the country is in recovery state since the COVID-19 pandemic.
So I'm sharing this news. It's from BBC 2021, and it's titled "With PG now has more billionaires than any city." This interesting news about China is because the latest e-commerce news, the China has added many billionaires to its list, and it's skipping US and other billionaire cities such as New York and other cities. The e-commerce has made Chinese economy very strong, and the other factors are the technology and technology industry, which China is exporting their products to all around the world. So talking about China, China now is making itself a very big competitor against the US, which is the greatest city with the billionaires. So now China is skipping US with the number of billionaires. So just more information about billionaires. There is 1 billionaire adding to the world list every 20 hours. And the e-shopping or e-commerce is one of the big factors that make billionaires in the last 5 years. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for explaining your articles. So now let's choose two best articles from eight articles.
For me, I think I will still choose my news. What happens when women run the economy? Because I think this is important to let the companies to be aware of this and give more employment opportunities to women. To yeah, and the another one I will go to the news shared by Xiaoqing, which is the job losses at the Kenyans. Why I choose this because I think this is important for the people and the government because they should take note of this and take action to help the workers to solve this problem. As the technology is changing, become more important and substitute the workers. Yeah, so the government should take some action to solve this problem.
To me, I partially agree with you. Uh, with choosing job losses loom in Kenya's tea industry, our workers compete with machines. So I think this news is very important to show to people and readers because the next 10 years or maybe 2 years, everything will be different. So the machines will be instead of people, workers. So they'll be jobless. So this is not his problem. This is the world government and systems around the world. They need to do something toward those workers. So I'm choosing this news to be one of our news in our publication. Thank you.
Uh, as for me, I also think that the Kenya news article is the most suitable for us because I think this is a hot issue where machines are starting to replace human workers. So yeah, how about the others?
Yes, I would also choose when it's new about the job losses in Kenya. I think this should be included to raise awareness of the local government or related organization to take some uh, necessary action to solve the issue. Otherwise, the economic system would be affected in directly or indirectly ways.
In my
First of all,
opinion, you
First of
first, you first.
all, I will also insist on my article, which is about the Kenya's tea industry. As I mentioned earlier, if we neglect the issue of mass unemployment results from the mechanization, I think it will then lead to several negative consequences and affect the whole world's economic growth. The second article that I will go for is the news about the fresh graduates. I, I would choose this news because I think it reminds the fresh graduates that sometimes it's not really hard to get a job, but just the fresh graduates tend to have an unrealistic expectation.
In my opinion, I would choose the Kenya tea industry because human-robotic interaction is a hot issue that needs people attention because it concerns about the job opportunities, job losses. Another news that I would like to go for is the travel agencies because I hope this news can encourage people to diversify and inspire them to turn a crisis into an opportunity, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, I think another news that I find interesting is the circular economy, like how businesses are slowly moving into sustainability and how they're practicing not to they're practicing to reduce impact on environment, and also like there's another news that talks about how the iceberg is also melting. So I think if businesses are moving into this circular economy, it will really help the environment. And I think another news that I would go for is the women economy, because I think it touches on women empowerment, like how women can also impact the nation, the country, and also the world. Not only talks about women empowerment, but also gender equality, like how men and women should work hand in hand to make the country successful. Thank you.
I think I would go for the Kenya news and the women news since it states the reality of what's happening right now. So I think I would go for that two articles.
Agree.
Me too. I agree with
Okay,
Laba. So
So we have choose two articles which are the Kenya news and also the women news. So shall we discuss our next discussion?
to me, I agree with the same time next week.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, Friday 10 p.m. again.
So next week, same day and same time. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
See
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
you.
guys. Bye.
Bye.